Hello, this is your disabled combat vet after 9/11. Michael Commiso and the battle buddy. Well, I got some Pokemon. There's some more Pokemon cards coming in the mail. They're pretty cool. And they're first edition Pokemon. I know everybody's got like the coolness, not coolness. What's coolness nowadays where everybody hate on each other? That's not cool. Uh, Man, the pyramid scam. I think it sucks that the law allows you to get pyramid scammed by sites on the internet and allow people to screw your life over just to take your benefits away from you. That's disabled. So I got Pokemon cards. I was gonna show you that one. This one came with the first graded card, but any chances? I don't know. My mind feels. I feel like my mind is moving a million miles an hour. My mind. So maybe your mind. I don't understand minds. Okay. I was gonna shut that was the other box I was supposed to show. But then I bought 7 of these for the heck of it. Now, pyramid scheme. I still do not understand people in the world. I don't know. I'm just Commiso. Hope everybody's okay in the world. As to we all have family and friends all around the world. We all care about our family and friends in the world. But sometimes I just don't understand the internet world. So, oh, I'm just going to keep going in life. I'm tired. I wasn't going to make a video, but then I said, you know what? I got to keep going. I was born in 1985. I'm an 80s child. So Rocky would want me to keep moving forward in life, even when everybody or a few negative or I stood on to stand my hometown law and just still can't believe you guys did that to me as a disabled combat. Because, oh, it seems like when people like, uh, you know how it is as celebrities. People make you feel like you're on top of the world and you got all these fans and everybody likes you. And how fast people can just turn on you and hate on you overnight. And that sucks because was it that you think to yourself is was you uh, my fan or not as a celebrity or not? But it's like how people turn on each other just like it, so fast without even thinking nowadays. And I'm a disabled combat veteran after 9/11. Michael Commiso. So, yeah, it sucks that in the world we live in, even the good guys get screwed over in the world, you know? And that's not how it's supposed to be. Uh, I feel like I go out of the way to help people out the best of my ability since I came back home as a veteran. But like I said, how the world works, people take advantage of the nice people in the world, and I feel like, oh, you took advantage of me as my disability, and you figure, oh look, Commiso's coming back home from war, and we're gonna hack him, we're gonna scam him, we're gonna screw his life over, and that's like, damn man, people wonder why you know things are not working out as planned. It's because you guys sit on the internet and screw each other's over lives over for no reason at all. And that's not being friendly. It's not a good friend for somebody to sit on a computer and scam you and get you in trouble on purpose. But sucks that there's any crime on television nowadays. And the law's responsibility is, I don't understand the law on the internet because how violent the internet and allows it to happen to be seen. And then they go out of their way to blame one person. That's all people do in history. They go around and blame one person. I didn't invent the internet. And technically, the time back home from war and moving places to places, still trying to get my identity back because it's hard to believe people even steals a soldier's identity and in the world we live in. And we're all poor. We're poor because we screw each other's lives over. We won't allow each other to achieve. You know, that's why it sucks because that's not how we was raised. And I don't understand this word streets. Where the hate comes from, it doesn't make any sense to me. Yes, you know, in a way, we all got education somehow. I don't. Not everybody gets far in school or get in the same. But we all have the education to run and go to work and chill out the planet. Like it's hard to let out your feelings too on the internet because you guys claim that you all came from the streets around the world and it's not cool to let out your feelings as a person. And that is some kind of corniest thing that anybody could say or do as well. You know, to people to get entertained by people getting their lives screwed over on live television and we're getting entertained by that. There's something wrong with this world for you guys to sit there and judge each other 24 hours a day on the internet. That's one thing that sucks about the law. The law's on your computer judging you 24 hours a day, and they forget to live their own lives themselves nowadays as the law. So I feel like I have to keep making YouTube videos. I apologize if I can't remember every word or the definition of every word in that dictionary. As how smart the world is. I don't know. People call me stupid and slow my whole life. and how stupid this world is. So just people just hate for no reason. So, and I felt like, oh, Michael Commiso is a good guy, and I did a lot of good things in my life. Well, we live in a world, man, you could be a saint on this planet. Man, you can do the right things your whole life, never get in trouble, and you're the nicest guy in the world. And somehow you bullied and scammed that person and screwed that guy's life over, person over. And people take their enjoyment sitting there screwing people's lives over on purpose on television or something. So I highly doubt negative television. That's why I don't like watching news. You guys, no disrespect to the news, you're basically advertising crime. As you sit there and go home to your computers and uh, as the law and the government and lawyers and all that claim they don't use the internet, but how much people use the internet, you don't have to be on the internet to be on the internet. That's how much people use the internet nowadays. So internet is part our lives now. So sucks that you get come home from work, you get scared, and you know how the law works online. You feel like you're getting scammed by the law itself. As you sit there and act like, how the hell you guys misdirect me in the wrong direction on purpose back home? As an American hero back then. So apparently I'm not cool enough to be on the internet. According to my hometown law, that's the law's in charge of everything on the internet apparently. As I'm not sure. Like how you guys sit there and like it's like people go out of the way and say you're not good enough or you're like you're not cool enough to go to a party. Since I'm 40 years old, and how many parties since I came back home? Or my excuse is not to. Yeah, that's why I don't like the news. It's like cool people on television and on news saying, "Oh, today few people got in trouble with the law, but the rest of us did not on the internet." That's how it is, right? Only one person gets in trouble on the streets on the internet. It takes blame for the whole the internet. So that as the news saying, "Oh, today one person got in trouble," as the whole world uses the internet 24 hours a day. So it's like the cool people, "Oh, hey, if we do good things, we say good things about you on news." But holy shit, man, don't slip up. We're gonna screw your goddamn life over on live television, and we won't give a fuck. As long as it doesn't happen to me, then I'm cool about it. And we is that our entertainment to watch negative in the future? No. Generation change. You know, you got the younger youth on the internet, and apparently, seems to me, everybody wants to be something in life. They don't want to get screwed by the law no more on the internet. They don't want to get screwed by some bullies and people haters to talk about you as the people want to go on American Got Talent. You know, people want to go on American Idol. You know, shows like that. shows that benefit you, not shows that put you down and screws you over on television. You know, that law acts like, well, we put the crime on television, how come there's more crimes? If you're allowing the crimes to happen on television, it sucks for us to view. And then you blame one person. You know, so yeah, that's why I don't like I don't like watching negative. I feel like I avoid a lot. And how hard it is to keep the internet safe in the 21st century. So I collect Pokemon cards, and I got a good collection over the years. As I'm missing things, but that happens, I guess. You know, not everybody's perfect. But according to live television, yeah, don't make a mistake on live public internet television. As people hack your webcams and put you on the internet on public on purpose. Is that all people do is find ways to make fun of each other and put down each other on the internet and get mad at each other and screw each other's lives over? And then you all idiots in the world trying to figure out why nobody can make it in the world as you all sit there and bully each other as 21st century people in the world. So yeah, you know, you all act like you did something great as a disabled combat veteran after 9/11. You must have improved the internet before what you guys did to your disabled combat veteran after 9/11. And then we're like, damn, dude, so friend and family and everybody is how it works, you know. You get in trouble, everybody just walks away, and then you wonder why there's a lot of people in jail. A lot of people in jail probably saying, why there's my family and friends? How many of the whole point there's lawyers and public defenders and shit. You know, you want to feel holy land of opportunities, land of the freedom and freedom of speech. I don't know. Do a few people get mad at freedom of speech? It seems to me everybody uses the freedom of speech all around the world on the internet. And everybody's always got something to say about somebody on the internet. It don't matter who you are. Always got something to say about somebody on the internet. So when you go for your goals and dreams and what you believe in, somebody's always there and got something to say about it. And you waste your whole time on planet Earth as people just to screw each other's life over. Meanwhile, we're screwing our planet up. We're killing our planet by killing each other as people. And then you get even more mad at each other. I can't believe that. You already saw each other 24 hours a day, butt naked online as people in the world. But that's not, the law don't say that. I don't get that either. Because the protesting and all that in America, it's because that's what you taught us to do as Americans. You told us to stand up to the law. That's why you got lawyers in America. You told us to stand up to the law. Yeah, we respect the law, but you also told us that's why you got Capitol in Washington. You got we come up with, we vote in America. We vote for our laws. Democracy. So I don't understand the conflict as a veteran back home to whereas the fuck you oversee all these naked people. I can't believe you all somehow came down on and hated on Michael Jackson, how good-hearted that guy is. But you're that much of a hater as the news to point out one person, as you all know for a fact, there's billions of naked people. I don't, you know, I got A's and B's in math. I don't say I'm a genius in the math that I could be able. Everybody is capable of learning and improving themselves as a person. But I got A's and B's in math, and I got as a specialist speech impediment, learning disability, got that far in math. Your math is wrong, sir or ma'am. The law is wrong. The news is wrong. The government's wrong. No disrespect to any information that you give to us is not correct. You couldn't tell me there's only one person on the internet that's naked as the news. As the news themselves is naked themselves. As an American citizen that could have got his fucking head chopped off by some asshole in the world to come home to act like there's no nudity on the internet after 9/11 in the 21st century. And the only thing that's keeping the internet going is the nudity on the internet. So apparently you saw something on me on YouTube as my hometown law. You wanted to rob me. You know my baseball cards are real. I'm not an idiot. I collected for years. I know my autographs are real. My grandpa died. My grandmom died. Somebody watched over me when I went to war after 9/11 serving my country. So my stuff is real. And it sucks that I could get a really, really goddamn greatest. Is there veterans? You sit there and make your veterans feel like superheroes. You know, I feel like I gotta get them. And I got the simplest case in the fucking world. You guys made it sound like it's some kind of complicated math problem that's how to solve and take care of your disabled combat veterans after not. It must be that complicated. And you could take it disrespectful or disrespect. That sucks. You know, how are we going to improve ourselves as people in the world if we don't allow ourselves to let out our goddamn feelings? I think it's kind of fucking messed up and mean for the news to act like there's only one naked person on the internet and that only person gets bullied. Does the news know that they could start a Holocaust in the world by bullying one person on news? That's how the Holocaust. Yo, I went to college, right? You had to go to college to get the job to be an anchor on a news, right? You had to take college to be a government, right? You got to take college to be the law and a judge, right? But all the things you're doing, you're going to start a Holocaust. Because people don't want to go to jail. They want to do the right things. But you force people to get in trouble. And you get mad at us. And we're all going around again on how we all hating each other for no goddamn reason at all. As people. When outer space, seems to me, outer space won't mind a planet Earth besides to get destroyed in outer space. Life will go on in outer space without planet and human beings in outer space. This will be our fault as people. It'll be our fault that our planet dies. It'll be our fault that our animals are being extinct. They all claim to worry about kids on the internet. There's homeless kids on the streets that's starving and they worrying about screwing a disabled combat veteran after 9/11 and call me a bad father one day. Then you're going around again and nothing's getting done. As a soldier in the military, you know, I felt good when we got the mission done and then we can go through our weekends and hang with each other as battle buddies. But that's not how it works in a civilian group. You put a blame on one person and expect everything's going to be fixed. As long as we don't look bad on the internet, then we don't have to worry about somebody's lives on action news. So that's why people still dying on news. Yeah. Because you're saying that's not going to happen to me. Why should I have to worry about it? Then why the hell we watch news anyways if we don't care about the people that die on news? So yeah, I feel like I don't have to know all the negative that happens in the world. Yeah, I think it sucks that Well, hey, everybody knows what's going on in the world because 24 hours a day is the internet. We don't even have to have any negative news or negative anything in the world on how many people use the internet and how fast we can. What? People hack each other to know nothing about each other? You're trying to tell me 24 hours a day people hack each other on the internet and we don't know shit about each other? That means, holy shit, before the internet, did we know anything before the internet? Because with the internet, you're supposed to be more, it's like a tool that makes you supposed to improve yourself as the internet. The internet's supposed to make you smarter. But what did we learn from each other? We all get upset and get jealous of each other and turn on each other, hate on each other. And then you're a bunch of hypocrites. The news is a bunch of hypocrites too. You know, you're grown. I guess you all threw that at me as a veteran. I'm a grown ass man back home. What the hell does that mean? Y'all want to act like you're all grown ups and have responsibility. Well, we're killing our planet, man. People die all around the world, and it sucks. If you worry about what kids view on the internet, and people die on the internet for the kids to view. So I really don't think the law cares what's on the internet and what kids view at all. You're just worried about taking my money and screwing me over. I wonder how many people earned rank over the years trying to screw my name over as a disabled combat veteran. You know, if I want to do that as a battle buddy. I want to earn rank by ratting out my battle buddies. I want to make my battle buddies look bad to earn rank in the military. So why would a law do that? Is that the law won't look? The law doesn't look so good on television anyway so far, and no disrespect to the law. You made it that way. You wanted everything to be public. You wanted the jail cells to be public. You wanted the law to be public. And now we don't understand what's going on now. You know, we are Americans, and I'm an American hero back home. It shouldn't be that hard to live your life on the internet in the 20th century. Well, it's just because of the haters. That's not everybody. I don't highly doubt everybody hates Commiso. It's only the few people that sits there and I understand. You know, you just because bad things don't happen on your streets doesn't mean you shouldn't care about every street in America. You know, our state don't have that much violence. So we allow this state in America and wonder how it came to your state, the violence. So yeah, it's cool that there's states in America, but you treat each state like they're not from America. And that conflict is like, oh, we have the money to afford better government. We have the money to afford better streets in our states. We I have to pay that much taxes, or do people get more? What's that taxes thing? I feel like I had to pay a whole bunch for a person that served the country. I had to give. I'm like the guy that just give money. I'm like the bank back home. I feel like a bank back home as a veteran. You know, I think it sucks that people get bullied and call you a name and then get mad at you. What? I still understand that. You're the ones calling that person a name. That guy's just sitting there wondering why everybody's picking on him in the first place. But if you didn't call that person a name, you want to be angry as the law. But you just sit there and get angry at him. angrier and angrier. And that circle keeps going around, and they're wondering why there's violence around the world. Because you just get angry and don't do shit about it and don't have a human being heart there. You know, I feel like, I don't know, I'm Commiso for a reason, dude. I'm American. You know, customer service, dude. The internet is all about customer service, man. But what kind of type of customer service do we have on the internet where you mess that? You all want to be millionaires on the internet. Well, you all set each other to fail. You identity theft each other. I think that's the one thing I learned from the science class. Action, reaction. You know, that's why it feels like the news go out of the way to search for bad news on how top. There's more positive in this planet. I highly doubt this planet's that mean compared to what they say on the internet and the streets. Sex been around before the internet. I highly doubt sex online is that complicated if that's all people talk and do on the internet. So the law sucks right now on sex and nudity online, and the news acting like they don't know what sex is news. Nudity is at their homes, and they're Americans and citizens, and they got a job themselves. So I highly doubt people want to get fired, go to be unemployed and get, and rely on other people. So yeah, I think it's mean that people can sit there and act like it's so hard to help each other out when there's, compared to the tigers, you know, tigers can't help each other out. Tigers is close to instinct. But compared to human beings on this planet, man, we can fix everything overnight on how many species of the human being on this planet. Animals, all animals can be safe from each other as animals. Animals can be safe from people as people can be safe to animals. On how many people there is. Oh, hey, there's rivers around. We could keep the rivers safe by putting fence. Hello, Delaware River. When Delaware River gets flooded, that river moves super fast. And it's called common sense. When you're kids, your parents teach you how to cross the street. You gotta look both ways. That's the same thing walking down the river. We could improve this planet as we improve our technology in the future. As everybody, we all could be like bubble boys. You know, bumper cars. Nobody has to get killed by a car anymore because the car is like a bumper car, a bouncer, like a bubble, like a bubble boy. As we all feels like in the future we all gonna have to fly off of this planet anyways, no matter how hard we to let this planet heal itself. We don't give this planet enough time to heal itself as a disabled combat veteran up to 9/11. I can't prove myself back home if you always got something to say, talk. Or how you don't trust me? I don't understand my hometown law. I feel when I go on the internet, I avoid negative. I know I'm a soldier that went to war in convoys, and soldiers were dying around me as I carried 4 dead Marines. So I am a veteran that I don't want to be around negative on the internet. I don't understand how people can get entertained on people hurting each other on the internet. And the law allows that to happen. So the crime just goes around and around and around and again. What's wrong with having positive news too? What's wrong with people talking good about each other on the news or on the internet? It's that hard to talk good about each other on the internet? I don't understand that conflict at all. Because in the end, as we all live on planet Earth, if human beings figure that out by now on the internet, that all human beings live on planet Earth, this is our planet. When I was a kid in school, we was taught we have to pay attention to our environment as we're destroying our ozone layer, and that's not cool. So in the future, as nowadays, what if it gets really hot outside? Now you got on your cell phone, the air's got hazard air. Air's not good right now outside. But instead of worrying about that as people on this planet, you're worried about sitting there getting jealous because, wow, man, since I use the internet, that's all it is. People only get jealous because I'm using the internet. Man, I can't get one girl to talk to me. You cock block me so much as you worry about cock and blocking each other on the internet so much. Apparently, our cell phone tells us right now it's not safe to breathe the air outside. As how much oxygen been around when the dinosaurs was around. Every day dinosaurs had clean air. They didn't have to worry about hazard cell phones. They had enough oxygen to breathe because dinosaurs big. That's how much oxygen was on this planet. We're worried about so much destroying ourselves as people because over nothing. We're going to destroy this planet over nothing. As we all grew up with Michael Jackson music, and everybody act 60s and 70s and 80s wasn't around on the internet as on the internet. As the Renaissance, man, you know, Guinness World Record on planet Earth. We didn't have wars for years on this planet on Guinness World Record. Conflict, the laws showing there's no violence on the streets. We understand not to fight in the world as people. But no, we worried about sitting there trying to make each other look bad on the internet so you can go, I don't know. I don't know why. Because that's the mean thing to do. Billions, the law overlooked the billions of nudity on the internet. My damn public defender treated me acting like this is the first time nudity came out on the internet. My law as an American is trying to teach me this is the first time the law saw nudity on the internet. And I'm like, are you serious? How can you sit there and actually say that on Action News? This is the first time they ever talked about nudity on Action News. And that's a lie. And that's mean as hell. For the whole world see us nudity. And to get upset and make somebody feel like get as a disabled combat veteran after 9/11 like that. I'm like, holy crap. The law accepts themselves to be on nudity on the internet, and apparently sex, nobody understands sex. Billions of sex online. The billions of people don't understand sex compared to the news and the law on the internet. And then there's that conflict of why there's crime. There's, oh, I don't know how tough people are, but I highly doubt people want to die. People want to live their lives. They don't want to have the conflict of the crime going around. Well, why is it? I pay taxes as an American. Why are you including me with this crime? That's not part of me as an American. That's their responsibility. Well, you made it like you know how you're not supposed to see a car accident because maybe the family member or friends it's not looking too good in the car crash, but somehow they can see it on the internet, and then family members has to see that and friends nowadays. That's not cool to watch. That's not art. That's not a video. What direction are we going with that on the internet? But the law allows that to happen too. As they got cameras everywhere, apparently they don't got cameras on the floor where there's a lot of cops at. I don't know how the hell he got cameras in the whole building except for where the one floor. That's why I noticed when I'm trying to figure out what y'all doing to me back home. And said, wouldn't they want cameras up here for their safety as the law? And there's not one camera in that damn hallway. So that's kind of weird. As a, just, they want cameras everywhere. They want to know what time you take shit back home as an American hero. That's because there's a camera everywhere. And I just can't understand the conflict of people being mean to each other. That's how hard it is to abide by the law as an American citizen. So, so I feel like I have to get a really good lawyer so you can back off because no, I do not agree with what you say about me on the internet. As I go out of the way not to put people down and talk bad about anybody, I don't think it's cool to you went out of the way on purpose to try to make me look bad because you're jealous of your American heroes on a now, live television. Is that the reason why you can't handle having the 4th of July parade and you in township because there are veterans around here? So, it's like, I'm not perfect. People make mistakes. But goddamn, that circle of crime and like pushing it to you, so you're never going to get it right. You're never going to go for your goals and dreams. That's the television and the news and the internet. As you all force each other to fail in the world. So I don't know if my sentence or the words exactly making any sense. I don't know how hard it is to make sense of the world on the internet. You can make everything so complicated. It sucks. Even the law is so. uh, That's how you make everything so complicated. There should be no crime in America because it's America. But you made it so complicated. It seems like the law wants to really get paid from that crime. You're not trying to protect and serve and protect. You want to get paid from that crime, knowing that it's all. You're monitoring the internet, knowing that there's billions of nudity. So the law now wants to get paid of the billions of nudity, but you screw one person's lives on the internet. And everybody's not getting mad at each other. Everybody has the consent and okay that there's billions of nudity online because they want to be billions of nudity online. So the law doesn't make sense to me. I think they get mean to me. You're mocking me and I'm like, why? These jokes not funny to me. As a soldier that could have got kidnapped and his head chopped off around the world, you guys hometown law jokes, it's not funny to me. Because I'm lucky to be home alive. And I'm My battle buddies watched over me. My- Each battle buddies watched over me. That was the whole thing. We guard each other at war. And I'm alive because of my battle buddies back for my country. Protecting and everything. As we got family and friends and neighbors and Americans in America. You know, ju- just because the law seems more meaner and angrier doesn't mean the crime won't keep going around. You could all be mean and all like whatever. Like the crime will still keep going around. So I figure the person to take a job like that shouldn't be able to get angry as fast as everybody else. The law shouldn't get mad at Americans at all. The law, as an American citizen, shouldn't get mad at Americans at all. That's the job they took, and that's the customer service. You can't get mad at Americans as the law. That's the whole point. It's called, well, it's respect for your uniform. That's what teach you in the military. You can't get mad. You know, they want you to get mad. They want you to screw your life over. But the crime will just keep going around. So you could be the angriest law in the world, but the crime will still keep going around. So you can't get mad at the Americans. As you took a job, a service that it's not your job as the law to get mad at people. Your job is to protect people from harm's way, as a soldier did serving his country. But you use the media. You use media against everybody. And then you wonder why the crime goes around and around and around. I don't know if that made any sense. You're pointing out people's mistakes. And then you forget that 1% crime in the world. You could put everybody in jail in the world, but you still got that 1% crime in the world. So what was the benefit putting everybody in jail over the billions of naked people while the 1% crime still goes on in the world? So you didn't really solve anything. You giving me a hard time, didn't fix the internet. That's the hometown law. This makes everybody look like you went out of the way to set me up on purpose to make me look bad because you don't want me to look good as an American hero back home. You know what? Well, doesn't make any sense. Now you make yourself look bad. So I'm a disabled combat veteran. For years, I feel like I was making YouTube videos to try to make people laugh in the world. Well, in the world we live in, you guys make fun of everybody. You have to be in some streets and you act like it's so hard to walk down each other's streets in the world. You're not cool enough to walk down these streets. And you're not even cool doing that. That's kind of really corny as hell. Because life shouldn't be that complicated on planet Earth as to advancing. I feel like human beings should learn or like we should understand our mistakes, but the law keeps rubbing it and entrapping and forcing people. And that's when people will be like, we'll all be in debt. Good thing we're not in a Great Depression. Then nobody can afford the internet except for one person because you're all in a Great Depression. And there's free internet in the world. This is the Great Depression. but nobody's earning money. And eventually, that one person is going to be broke too and can't pay for that internet. Then nobody has internet anymore. Then you guys, holy crap, everybody would be confused as hell if there was no internet. You'd all be lost. Even the law relies on the internet so much, they'd be lost too if the law disappears, like internet disappears. No, you know what I mean. Not the law. I guess we got that as Americans. There's always going to be some type of law in America. But I don't think the law to beat the crap out of a person because they're trying to make something out of themselves. That's not how it feels. As Americans, I thought the whole point with the internet is feels like everybody's is trying to make something out of themselves. And since we have the internet, we have the ability for everybody to be something in this world. That's the good part. If you see the good part of the internet, but the law doesn't look at us like that. The law looks at. I don't know how you look at me so far on the internet, but the law judges everything, and you getting angry and judging that whatever. It's not going to fix the problem on the internet. It's going to just get worse because you are angrier than the people being on the internet, and they're all having a nervous breakdown over nothing. Something that can be fixed overnight. Everybody's having a nervous breakdown because you made it that way because of the internet. So I just got Pokemon cards. That's what I wanted it to. But I got things I got off my chest I need to get off because I want. It's like that. If the law prevents you to sit there and don't do nothing, and meanwhile the whole world is online 24 hours a day, that's speech impediment. I'm a shy, quiet kid that has speech impediment, and I didn't have enough social time for me to open up and let out my word. So I don't have a chance to pronounce every word 24 hours a day like everybody else, as I have a speech impediment. So the laws, as you want, as a school, want your students to graduate and learn from that school, but as the law treats everybody has a learning disability. The law treats everybody has a learning disability, right? I don't know if I'm explaining it right. It's like just because you point out somebody's mistakes all the time doesn't mean he's going to improve himself in the military. That's why it's constructive criticism. You're not, as an NCO or higher rank, you're not bullying your soldier and beating your soldier up. You also want your soldiers to improve. You're not going to improve your soldier by always pointing out his mistakes. Yeah, there's extra duty, but you also got to keep that soldier motivated because everybody gets depressed with extra duties. As the law is making everybody depressed using the internet. So I feel if I would stayed in the military, yeah, I might not picked up as fast as everybody, but I feel like I'll be nice to the soldiers. Um, but I feel like, it's my responsibility of that soldier's life if one day if I become an NCO. So it's the law's responsibility's life, and they're not doing too good because people still die on the internet and people watch it. And I don't understand that. People have time to video something, put it on the internet, but they don't have time to save that person on the internet. In the all world, uh, I'm not blaming the law for everything, as people use the internet 24 hours a day, but the whole point of having a law on the internet is you don't want your Americans to fail. The only reason, only way the economy will go up is Americans are happy and they're not getting in trouble all the time. The law treats me like I'm back in kindergarten, and then this has, I don't know. Yeah, I know there's a law. I wasn't trying to break the law. You make me, force me. As you scam me and e-bomb me and send me in the wrong, mislead me in the wrong direction. So I'm an NCO in the military, and I mislead my soldier. I'm misleading myself because that soldier can protect me at full. But I misleaded him, and that soldier's not even around me. So that's some level of the law. You're misleading people so much, the law's not around to help the person when they need it. Oh, I'm trying not. I feel like watching American television and what you talk about your American soldiers. You say we are the ones that are uptight. According to the television and the internet, veterans are the ones that are uptight, and everybody has to learn how to cope and deal and hang with the veterans. That's what you said on television. Fine. I'm trying to cheer and lighten everybody up with my YouTube videos as a veteran. So I don't know what the hell anybody's talking about on the internet at all, 24 hours a day. And I really don't care what everybody's talking about 24 hours a day. I won't be able to keep up. I will have everybody would grow old faster. That stress. That's why they said stress kills. People use the internet are going to age overnight, and we're all going to look like we're 90 and 80s, and we're still in our 20s in the future. That's how stressful they use the internet. But I see that people see the future on the internet. One the benefit of using the internet, it's not that hard to see the future with the internet. So I do see people. It's like only you can be naked, but that won't help your company. That won't help your site. That won't help us being billionaires and quadrillionaires over that one naked person online. How can somebody be making billions of dollars over one naked person online? You can't. So you lie. That's nudity. It's natural. No matter. You could try and take all the nudity off the internet and call yourself American hero. We didn't need the internet. And nudity is part of our lives. If we still having a nervous breakdown over nudity as people, we're not going to go far in future. But that's not what you see. You accept each other. They want to be billions of naked people on the internet. So people accept each other somehow in the world, in a way, and somehow we screw it over. I don't understand. I don't understand how we have good history and people forget that good history. You always bring up the bad history, but to get this far as a human being, it had been a lot of good history. I took history class. Feels like it was coming up with an event that happened. But there's more events in history. Albert Einstein, it was an event in history. Well, I even feel like with documentaries and how people talk about each other and books. People don't get the story right. And that's why the law's not getting the story right. And that's why the crime's going around and around and around. And eventually, people are going to get tired of it. We already have history that tells us that. So it's complicated to breathe because I'm a shy, nervous person. So I really didn't hang with a lot of people back home, only the few that surround me. And the internet is like, feels like everybody's on your computer. The whole world's on your computer. And you're like, well, it's just like, how can you all sit there and watch each other as people 24 hours a day, or can't figure out why there's negative? You know? You basically see things happen on the internet. You see things happen before it happens. I don't get it. What the hell is this? But nudity is not what you make it seem as the internet. You make it seem everybody's happy and naked, right? And you're not cool enough to be naked of the billions of the whole world online because you're an asshole and a bully and a mean person at that party, and you only get mad at naked. It's like the whole law, say the whole law, say the whole court is naked. I have to fight my case. And now I ordered the whole court to get naked at court. But you got mad at the party of that one person naked at court. The whole court is butt naked, but somehow you only get mad at that one person. So the law system doesn't make sense. The news system doesn't make sense. As it seems, the more nudity you take away television, the less people watching cable boxing. As their fire sticks now. People can put internet on their television and watch everything on the internet. So you took away nudity, and people want more nudity. You take away weed, people want more weed. As people take away alcohol, people want more alcohol. And that crime just goes around and around and around and around. And the law didn't accomplish anything. As it seems, the law went out of the way to find a reason why they're accepting everybody naked online, but getting mad and trying to take my benefits and my money and who I am as a person and what I work for as a person and who I am as a person. Just because you're an asshole and I'm not acceptable for the one billions of naked people at court around here. Millions of people are naked at court around here. But you all went out of the way to make somebody feel bad because they try to do the same thing and be accepted at school on the internet. Nowadays, the whole school is naked online. All the schools on the internet are naked online. But when one person goes to school naked, you all beat that kid up and bully that kid like he had the nerve to treat that kid like shit back home as a disabled combat veteran after 9/11. I've been bullied on the wrestling team. People thought I was a punk on the wrestling team. People thought I was a pussy. People thought I wasn't going to make it in the military. And that was not what you taught to me in school. You taught me we're not allowed to be discriminated as we all look the same naked. According to the law, we don't look the same naked at court as the whole court is naked. And I'm like, How the fuck you broke all them laws that threw me over back home as a disabled combat veteran? Nowadays, people gotta break the law to make somebody get in trouble by the law nowadays. So yeah, I don't, it's unacceptable for you guys to sit there and act like, well, since it doesn't happen down my street, I'm okay about it on Action News. That's not who we are. I feel like we got far as human beings. We have a heart for a reason. But apparently, somehow, you got mad at that one person. And it sucks because I'm thinking to myself, nowadays you have to avoid negative sex online. No matter what site you use, you all act like sex and nudity is hidden on the internet. You can hide it. Apparently, people can scam you and hide the truth as hacking your computer and send you in this direction. But that's how you treated me like I'm an idiot. As Americans, we don't want to be treated like idiots as Americans. I feel like America been around that every street in America, even every street around the world, shouldn't be that bad as to you all came up with that word to bully somebody and call somebody a name. You're the one who came up with the streets. Meanwhile, you all lie. You are not living on the streets. I highly doubt parents back in the 80s and 90s threw their kids off in the street. No, you was playing Nintendo and watching Home Alone and Step by Step, and we all playing Pokemon cards in the home. So the truth, you all want the truth is not exactly there. As the internet, the truth, you all want to act like you don't see nothing and then get mad at someone. So yeah, I think it sucks that having millions of people naked at court. But somehow you guys get mad and bully one person. Doesn't make any sense to me. I think it's unprofessional for the law to get people in trouble on purpose. Just they will never find that 1% crime in the world going out of the way trying to make people look bad. Because the whole point of using the internet is using the internet. There's search engines. I don't know if the law, hometown law or search engines. You type in words. There's words that you can't look up. So, as you send me sites on purpose, wondering, well, who has the ability to send these sites? Who has the ability not to get in trouble with these sites? Well, I'm treated like I'm an idiot. I'm treated like this is the first time I use the internet, and this is the first time that I discover what's online. And the law, apparently, they don't want to get in trouble and don't want to see nothing on the internet. And I have to be judged as a disabled combat veteran after 9/11. And I'm 100% disabled combat veteran and with combat PTSD. And I'm supposed to look positive. I'm not supposed to have negative what you guys gave to me back then. So I felt like I had to keep making my YouTube videos. As you hacked my computer behind my back the first time around. See, you have to install this program after they claim that they have to watch a computer. Apparently they was watching my computer all that time without the monitoring damn program. Because they want me to sign these papers so the court won't get in trouble. The law's not supposed to be on a computer. Nobody's supposed to be on a computer. Well, since we live in a hateful world, I got the whole fucking world hacking my goddamn phones 24 hours a day. And the law allowing it to happen as they are on the computer themselves. So I have to sign all these papers saying, I won't sue you now, court, for fucking going on my goddamn computer after 9/11 as a disabled combat veteran. As you threw all my information on public TV, and I'm here trying to protect my goddamn American flag and country, and you all trying to throw me to the public. Oh, that's what happens, right? Once you put it on television, you're in the public eyes. In that case, the whole world is to the public eyes. The internet is television. All your profiles are to the public eyes. There's no privacy. My freedom of speech back home and what you guys are telling me as my law. You don't want to hear the truth. You're me. I'm an American hero, and it's an honor to serve an American country. I don't feel like I'm going out of my way to try to break the law online. As the law goes out of the way to force you to break the law on purpose. I don't understand that as an American. Because you expect the economy to go up, but you want to allow people to, achieve in life. Just because one person achieves in life, it's not going to improve the economy. So, yeah, I think it sucks that people sit there and call you a name, and they're the ones all weird as hell sitting there watching you, even if your webcam's on or not. And that's kind of weird to call the bully as somebody, and everyone's sitting there just staring at you, hacking your webcam. So, I don't know how many solutions over the years you solved online trying to put me down and call me a name as a disabled combat veteran. But in the future, as people do, the news is lying, the law's lying, no disrespect to Americans in America, the flag or the law or go. Just because like, you saw the first Guinness World Naked person online. In the future, more nudity is going to be accepted in the future. And I feel like you're all business, man. You're trying to entrap the stock exchange of the nudity and sex online. So you all could be billions and trillions of dollars over the billions of naked people online. So the law wants to make money off of me. You're trying to take benefits away from me that I earned and served my country for. That's not the meaning of America. That's not the meaning of being an American. We all had all these presidents, good presidents for a reason. We have good leaders in the government for a reason. We have a good government, we got good law for a good reason. And that's not you guys going out of your way hating on somebody on purpose. It's not going to make you guys look any better on the internet as everybody's worrying about how they be viewed on the internet 24 hours. So when you guys had me sign, oh, I signed this. They gave me a deal so I won't sue the court. Because you're the ones on my goddamn computer as a disabled combat veteran. As you told me to install the program on my computer. That's why I got to sign all these paperwork. But I read, the lawyer told me, I could say, well, they're not even going by their deal. I think you put me in that place on purpose because you feel like I was going to get in trouble in that place that you sent me to. You're doing things to get me in trouble because you guys don't want to get in trouble and own the fact that you're an asshole to your disabled combat veteran. That's how I feel. That's me. Because I want to do stuff like that. I won't put people down. I feel like I stand up for myself. And I'm the one that's like, I don't know, it sucks people can do that to people in the first place. They sit there and act like the internet came out yesterday, and there's not billions of videos on the internet 24 hours a day. So it sucks that people in the world can accept crime and violence and people dying in the world and can't accept each other as a human being on the internet as to, man, how the hell you all okay up there? That sucks. The law could go home, bring the homework home as the law nowadays because of the internet. You're not sitting at that office 24 hours a day. You guys, oh, give me your password. We're going to walk all over you and you sign these papers. So we're allowed to take away your freedom as an American citizen back home. Yeah, I think it sucks that the whole world sees the world online. And everybody can be safe and enjoy life on this planet, man. That's how simple life is. We already have a kind of a system where, man, just because you all get upset and angry, I'm still going to be a good dad one day. As I feel like I teach your kids more than you teach your kids sitting online, acting like you're doing something in the world. And you're just making things worse as it is. You're putting yourself in danger as others by doing this. Everything has to be public all the time. On television. Now everybody sees you on television. Now you have to get quit or get fired because everybody knows you're a cop on public television on the internet. Everybody knows you're the law on the internet. As to everybody knows who's on the internet 24 hours a day. But apparently the law teaches me I don't know what I'm doing. I'm an idiot. I'm the only one that's getting scammed and e-bombed after 9/11 as a soldier. And apparently, I'm getting the oldest goddamn sites in the world online, as everybody's getting the updated sites and knows what's on the internet. I'm getting the out-of-date cookies on purpose and scamming. It just feels like the law's on the internet. You don't want people to get in trouble with the law. But you're the one setting people up to get in trouble with the laws and law. And that's kind of soft. As to, man, you got your your friends and families on television. And when you make your family member and friends look bad, it makes yourselves look bad. That's the action and reaction. The more negative, the more you have to put an effort to try to make me look bad and hate on me. Because now you're all old with gray hairs. As you know, time goes fast on this planet. You took more energy just to hate on somebody. As I'm a positive, I feel like I'm a positive person. I want to go to a party and have a good time and laugh. That's right. That's why I try to be goofy on the internet. So people can't go around and act like, oh, these are why and this and this and this and that. That the crowd goes around. Oh man, you're just a bunch of haters, man. If we didn't have internet, how many people would get in trouble being naked in the world? If there was no internet, there'd be nudity and sex all around the house, and nobody cares because it's not on the internet. Now, since sex and nudity is on the internet, now everybody's all caring about it and acting like, oh, I'm a respectful neighbor and I'm in a respectful law enforcement. But the crime's going to keep going around, and it just looks like, man, you're just fooling me on some kind of cool ass party. Has billions of naked people online 24 hours a day. So sex and nudity in the future is happening, as is happening now. So I highly doubt the law actually has a nervous breakdown like that in the 21st century over the simplest words in the dictionary and how how old these words are. How, how old is the word sex? There's billions of life on this planet, but nobody knows what sex is. You all have to figure that shit out somehow. Nudity. Holy crap. Feels like every history people fighting over to be nudity as Renaissance. But my law didn't go to college and learn the Renaissance time. As there's nudity on the Sixtine Chapel painted by the Michelangelo. As I studied for years trying to fight and win. I said, why would you want your veterans to lose back home in the first place as your American heroes, especially in the state of New Jersey, as New York is right around the corner? So I don't know what type of issues, if you call yourself Americans, to put down your American heroes like that. And we're not, Americans don't do that. We don't hate like that. Americans stand up for each other. Well, I don't know what happened. Once you, it's like everybody's like taking cover from the internet and said, I gotta get everybody using my router and pay for the service. While you're the ones hacking me in around here. And what you do? You broke the law by going on my computer. Now you got to find an excuse. The reason why you had to be on my computer. So you got mad. You didn't get enough information. That's why you had to repeat the same word in a statement because you didn't have enough words to screw me over as a disabled. As all this time, I didn't even make that corny list of billions of naked people. The billions of naked people. The billions of naked people. Where they all come from. Over the years, the internet, been billions of naked people, but nobody knows where they came from. And sex. Let's get mad over sex. Got sex in rap music. They got sex in rock music. They got sex in on every channel. And there's sex on every site. But just go over our time and our just to make somebody feel bad. Not block somebody over nudity and sex. Then you try to teach your kids about love. You know, sex is part of love. So I don't know why sex is some kind of bad thing. And what do you tell your kids as the law? Where you come from? Kids grow up as an adult and learn about sex. Kids know what sex is now. But apparently you all have a nervous breakdown. Acting like, holy shit, you're an American hero. Sitting online. Only in one naked person on the internet. As you know for a fact, as the world. Man, everybody's using the same internet sites. So the calculation in my mind, if everybody somehow gets to the same sites online, eventually that's how hard cock block each other from the sites. So you 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 made sex sound like some evil thing, and to create life is like a miracle thing to do as a human being. We don't got special powers. We don't got healing powers. You know, we all die in. Last time I checked, we all die in the end. So to create life as the sex, as your kids, to teach your kids like they're idiots and don't know what fucking sex is, getting treated like I'm an idiot as a law of sex online. And they have nothing else better to do after 9/11 attack. in New York City. Seeing dead bodies flying out of the damn building, crashing to the damn death on 9/11 in New York City. But y'all got balls to bully that one naked person on here. That don't make any sense. So there's your circle. We all sat there and allow it to happen. Then you get mad at each other. Then you just allow it happen again and again and again and again and again. Until it happens to you, and then you all get upset about it. So I'm lucky to be home alive from war. I was making art. I have proof. Sucks that you had to go out of the way over the years to hate on how further I could have been, because that's how further we are should be as people on this planet. There shouldn't be any more hate in the world. The law shouldn't hate. The job of the law is not to hate people. The job is the law and serving to protect people. Well, I guess you forgot about that. As you brainwashing, hacking my mind. People hack each other so much. You're trying to live inside my mind on the internet. And it's not going to happen. To keep up with Commiso mind in the first place. The internet can't keep up with Commiso. That's the whole point. I like how, I think as an artist, you have to have an imagination to be an artist. Not everybody can draw. People are capable. Everybody is capable of drawing, but not everybody can draw. So you have to have that in an imagination. And I'm trying to take my imagination further than that bullshit hating each other on the internet. I can see further. I said, no, you all can sit there and act like you're all going to hate each other in the future, but there's going to be another Michael Jackson. There's never going to be another Michael Jackson. But there's going to always be somebody like Michael Jackson in the future. And you're all going to, all acting like you're all tough in the world. And you're all going to be holding each other's hands crying. Got some corny ass gang on the streets. They're all tough enough not to cry, apparently. Because you all have to have respect. You can't cry on the street. I don't know what the fuck that means. You're a human being. You can all act like you're high and don't cry. But you're a human being. You got tears in your eyes. Unless there's something wrong with you. But even if something wrong with you, you cry too. So we all have the same feeling. We all got the same heart. So for one person to get bullied at court, knowing that shit, I can't get naked in my fucking room after 9/11 and billions of people naked 24 hours a day to the public, and the public news can't see that. So they rather start conflict in the world over nothing, where there's shouldn't be any conflict where it shouldn't be. So I guess if I was a leader, I would say I'd want to check the news so they won't start shit. I say, hey, I'm the president. I'm trying to keep peace in the world. I don't know what type of news you're coming up with, but it's not the type of news that I'm trying to keep peace in the world, where soldiers die at war. People die at war. So I don't know if that's what the news want, but they're starting a conflict on somebody's street as to, I thought it was confidential. You're not supposed to see your brother or sister die on the street. That's on television. As the soldiers die on the internet. As family sees that and friends. We're not supposed to see that shit. But they overreact over the naked person online. They solved all the violence on the internet. There's still violence on the internet, but they went all around the world, went out of the way, act like they never saw a naked person on the internet. So I'll be like, no, I want to serve and protect. I feel like as a disabled combat veteran after 9/11, that was my job as a soldier, was serve and to protect. So when I make my YouTube videos, yeah, I feel like, did I say something wrong? But I feel like I go out of my way to try to say the right thing. Well, even with that, because people get mad over everything, you can say the right things all the time. You can say, even say, have a better education solution to the damn problem, but that won't be enough. That's Albert Einstein. You even bullied, and I feel like you blame Albert Einstein for everything. That's what I read so far. He was just trying to be Albert Einstein. He wanted to look into outer space. He wanted to go to school. He didn't want to worry about all this fighting over stupid shit. While you all know that for a fact that you're a human being on this planet, I would think by now of the school education system around the world, we all at least know that we're a human being. And being a human being, we do have rights. I'm a natural human being. My body's going to need to be air out. That's the one thing. You got cancer, you got air bad, and you want me to put clothes on the time, and I'm sweating, and then the body's not breathing. That's why you got cancer. I think the reason why people get cancer, everything's blocked. You can't sweat no more when you have cancer. Everything's blocked. Cancer's got to go somewhere, and that's why there's tumors. We're not breathing right on this planet. Our oxygen's not working right. As to the sun, our ozone layer. So I don't know what the conflict of that one naked person, but our oxygen on this planet is not so great. So maybe Mars was planet Earth at one point, but life on the planet decided to destroy Mars. The life on planet. Fighting over stupid shit. And that's why there's Mars. And now we got planet Earth. I don't know how many planets we have around to just jump to another planet and be okay that this planet get destroyed. Last time I checked, outer space is fucking huge as hell. According to the math in my mind, Earth is not even, we're just a particle in outer space. We're not, I don't even think outer space discovered that there's life on this planet. That's why there's life on outer space. Does not know that there's life in outer space, and we have a miracle and lucky that there's life in outer space in the first place. Because space didn't discover there's life. Then you say, holy shit, everybody on this planet should appreciate the oxygen and life that we have. And it shouldn't be all mean like we do. That's the whole point of Renaissance. We got Galileo. People, you arrest the church, put Galileo in jail of his beliefs. But he proved it. Even when he proved that the planet is not fucking flat, they still put him in jail. And apparently, you all getting upset over that one naked person wants to fix the internet. As there's still billions of naked people online enjoying life. Isn't that hard to enjoy life in the world? As the 1% crime, people still can enjoy life. Well, we want to do better than that. We know that right now we can't keep up with our trash. Our trash and pollution has to go somewhere. Back in the day, we didn't have to worry about that stuff. But as further we go, realize, man, it's lucky that this planet has oxygen. And we're going to go out of our way to bully one person and get mad at one person. And we won't have oxygen on this planet no more. That's the math. Action, reaction. The more friction something has, the more static electricity. So that's why we got a magnetic field around this planet. The friction, probably when planets collided together. I feel there's different theories, and our planet had to collide with another planet to have life. It feels so. If that's the case, I feel like every planet must have collided together to get that spinning around in a circle. You know, when you spin around something, everything on that rope as a baseball has to be spinning around in that same direction. So if only two planets get collided together in outer space, then they're the only two planets that probably recognize each other that they're planets. So even the planets know there's planets somehow, as each planet has different types of mineral, the stuff that we got. They're questioning where water came from to land on this planet. As there's a planet in our galaxy is covered with water. So every planet colliding together, and as a planet somehow slow down, and there's no gravity. How can something slow down in outer space when there's no gravity? So planets must have slowed each other down somehow. Planets are moving in light speed. Feels like, no, if it's light or not, everything can move in light speed in outer space, not just light, as there's no gravity. So I feel like maybe light in outer space can pick up more than light speed in outer space. As the speed, light has gravity, has speed on this planet. So feels like everything can pick up super fast in outer speed. So if only two planets collided, and you wonder how all these the periodic table came from, just look at your planets around here. Every planet has metals and different material. I got speech. Periodical table. We didn't even discover all all the stuff. That's it. Apparently, there's more particles that we don't know about. So I feel like if somehow you say the Big Bang Theory, so something pushed all their planets around the sun, or did the sun push all the planets around the sun? Either way, it feels like the reason why there's life in outer space, because life has enough space to create life. They highly doubt if they say outer space is still expanding and there's trillions of billions of miles and we only got thousands of miles on this planet. What's around the planet? Thousands? I don't even think it's 1,000,000 miles on this planet. If there's 1,000,000, we'll never make it to that vacation if it takes millions of miles. So we only got thousands of miles on this planet. Compared to outer space, in my mind, I'm thinking the same thing as Stephen Hawking. How did life came life over nothing? You got outer space and it's pitch black. Where did the light come from? If outer space is pitch black, where does that one spark of light come from? It's called that's probably that billions of trillions of miles. It's pitch black over here, but but somehow light can still break from over there. Somehow they all got to figure out what's going on. I I'm like Stephen Hawking. If the planet has gravity and their planet is really heavy, how is this planet not sinking to the bottom and we all be flat? It's because of all that damn space we have. We even have gravity. We have even gravity. Space is so big, gravity has nowhere to go. I guess to a black hole. There's not enough gravity for all that space. So yeah, I'm thinking like, yeah, Stephen Hawking. I want to question everything. Why things happen the way they do, where seems that everybody get along with each other, everything be okay. So yeah, I'm in outer space. Everything should be flat. Everything fell down. The sun fell down. The planet fell down. Stars fell down. So hey, shit. How can we keep falling through outer space if, according to the church and the kings and the queens, there should be an end of something? So how we keep falling around and around? So outer space is round. There's no corners in outer space. That's why it seems like to have life, your planet's got to be round. There's no corner. That's why it keeps growing. Circle. So that means that we've been falling through outer space all this goddamn time, and we didn't land on the bottom of outer space. That means there's no bottom in outer space. There's no bottom unless you meet the black hole, I guess. There's not even a bottom to the black hole. Is apparently we can't handle the gravity in black hole. The black hole destroys everything because it's just being so dense there. Even gravity got nowhere to place to go. That's why there's a black hole decided that doesn't want to be a black hole no more. And that's why there's a Big Bang Theory. Or there's a star. It all leads to something, right? In the future, it shouldn't be that complicated to try to drive outer space. As to our telescopes are like 4K. We got 4K telescopes now. And we can see every shit from fucking billions and millions of thousands of miles away. Hopefully, whatever, if there is life out there, let us see our telescopes from our planet. And we're staring at each other. I guess it's good that we're billions and millions and quadrillions away from something. Because if we can't handle each other as human beings on this planet, man, do you really think we can survive whatever else is out there? If we're just so tiny as a planet, and you know that there were dinosaurs on this planet, and we all know how big dinosaurs are. And we know that and stars and black holes can become trillions of billions of miles wide. So I don't even think the other life would notice that we're on their planet. That's how small we are if we go on their planet. They won't even notice that there's human beings on that planet. They'll all be giants and big as hell and shit. Then you all try and put Star Trek and Star Wars on. All just because your planet's so huge doesn't mean life is going to be that big. It'd be super small and you can't even know what's there. But then you got to put physics in outer space. Apparently, human beings came up with physics on this planet. So is the physics in outer space the same as on planet Earth? The world probably eventually, no. But now, All people know is who's the next person that's naked. That's why they lie. You lie. And they all acting like this is the first time they saw a naked person on the internet. And they actually can do somebody like that and screw their life over on television. And that person feels like they got to stand up to the public now because you all want to hate on each other over that one naked person. Apparently, if we go to a bigger planet, the other life won't even notice that we're naked and how small we be. And they won't even have a conflict of us being naked on their planet. They won't even see us. So, is it the conflict you always, as people, knowing what's going on and seeing each other and always on each other's cases, or you're just not cool? I don't know. I feel like American law should be like a cool system, and everybody's just chilling and everything. As to should it be that hard to live on this planet? Because the conflict in outer space is way bigger than the conflict on planet Earth. No matter how hard you try to do that, man, if you all can rearrange numbers and letters and put them together and come up with some different type of math, our planet is too small for the conflict that's in outer space. And that's why our conflict always not recognized on this planet. It's luckily comets and asteroids and big giant rocks not always leaving this planet. We got bigger planets and the sun to take the blow. So the next time you're looking out of space wondering how the fuck we got here and what's going on out there, just remember we're so small that we have no reason to have wars and violence on this planet. That's how small we are. Well, selfish. Selfish. Being selfish is a person that's always thinking about themselves and not nobody else's feelings. That's selfish. We as life on this planet is being selfish as to life in outer space. As to holy shit. Outer space doesn't even notice there's life in outer space. And everybody knows magnetic field. So whatever we drag in our magnetic field. So even our planet have a magnetic field, but that we're spinning around in a galaxy. Our galaxy has a magnetic field. That's the reason why there's a force. As there's no gravity in it. There's a magnetic field in our galaxy that's keeping our galaxy together. So the galaxy is basically falling through outer space. And that's why the math doesn't seem right. If there's planets in our galaxy falling faster than our planet, then maybe our planet's too small to notice the faster speed that picks up as how fast our galaxy. And seems like that sun has a really strong magnetic field in that sun. So that do we pick the biggest thing in our galaxy and see what speed that thing is moving? Or the smallest thing? Well, when I was in math, you had to put percentage and X and Y. So you probably have to calculate the smallest thing that's picking up the speed in our galaxy to the biggest object or planet or sun or star or whatever. Even there's a black hole in our planet. Does black holes spin around too and move, or they stay in one spot? All I know is we're spinning in seconds. We only know driving super fast down the road. You have to make sure you know what you're doing or you crash. Or we're spinning in seconds and we're not crashing into planets as we're supposed to. It's because we have a system, a galaxy. Our galaxy is keeping things that's falling from other galaxies. So maybe two galaxies collided together to create a planet Earth. Because it seems that to pick up energy and speed, it needs to keep that energy. Our planet's got to keep that. Our speed on this planet has got to keep up. It can't slow down. Our planet can't slow down. If our planet slows down, we won't get the equal same amount of sun on each other side of the planet as day and night. So if we slow down, there'd be more sun on the planet longer and would burn off the half of the planet as it'd be freezing cold on the other half. So we have our galaxy to be thankful for that our planet small and basically we're falling through an organized or we're just falling. You ever saw Toy Story? Uh, we're falling in style in outer space. And that's the galaxy. So you all having a nervous breakdown, acting like you saw the first naked person. Can I sue you guys for lying? Can I sue the news for them to act like this is the first time nudity was on news? And that gives them the right for you guys all having a nervous breakdown, acting like they don't have nudity in their homes. But nudity is like part of our natural way of life. It's going to happen no matter what. So people acting like they having a nervous breakdown over nudity is they want to rob me, they want to scam me. They're the ones lying. They're lying to themselves about nudity. And we're not supposed to have a conflict. Our law system is our law. We're supposed to be protected by our law as our galaxy protects our planet. If we didn't have the bigger planets, would we have enough energy to be falling through galaxy? And so our planet stays next to the sun to have our heat in this planet. Even our heat, we got a perfect balance of heat. So I don't know if there's some kind of perfect balance of heat and you all having good lives as people in the world. But eventually, yeah, we're going to hit that 1% hate goes around. And it's going to affect us. Or maybe we don't want our planet to be noticed out there flight in outer space. Because we still don't know what the heck is out there. So where, man, maybe there's something that can help us. And we want to be noticed. But then we realize time to come up way of the space of noting us is they're never going to notice that we're now. We're tiny, man. We only got thousands of miles on this planet. Apparently, there's planets where it's got like billions of miles. There's black holes and stars that's billions of miles across. Light years. Apparently, the math in outer space is different from the math in planet. So if it's not, well, it should be. Our math doesn't cover the math that is in outer space. So if you're not getting the right answer in math, it feels like, well, hey, you got this far in classroom, in school, you got A's and B's, and there's more month numbers, and that you have to calculate in outer space. That sucks. We don't, comparing how small we are in outer space, we shouldn't even have any conflict on, we're all human. It was the cop, we're all human beings on the internet. Does the law know that we're all human beings on the internet? Yeah, they come up with these shows asking where all this damn weird stuff comes from. So we're basically, I feel like we're all human beings on the internet. So that's my point. You worry about that one person, billions of naked people online as a human being, and there's a chance maybe there is an alien from outer space on this internet we had. But then you question the smarts of even the aliens from outer space. How can you send from aliens from outer space? Can you send aliens from outer space to court to law? Oh, that'd probably be too big. They'll be giants. They won't be able to fit on this plane. They probably just step on this plane. So, hey, I don't know what the conflict is on the simplest things on life as to human beings on being on the internet. But I highly doubt nudity and sex is going to be a conflict in the future. You actually lose the law, loses money, try to go out for that one naked nudity. Because then you all know there's more nudity. So you may earn whatever you earn from trying to make your veterans look bad of nudity, but it's not going to make you a billionaire. The law's not going to be a billionaire. Try to scam. If you want to be a billionaire, then the law has to put everybody that's naked on the internet in jail, and they have to pay a fine. But that's not the case. Not everybody on the internet, billions of naked people, 24 hours a day, has to pay a fine on being naked. 24 hours a day as to the future. As they can lose the key. You could be all some organized crime trying to screw one person over nudity. And the billions of people, you won't learn. It's like the flow. You all can sit there and act like you can find a reason why they hate on each other as seeing each other butt naked online as human beings 24 hours a day. We all gonna look like idiots on this internet as there's aliens from outer space online. Or not. Because they don't look at that. I don't know what aliens are from outer space. I highly doubt they look at that one person. Alien from outer space is going to see everybody on it. So, on the conflict of being human being on this planet still, I don't know the conflict in on outer space. Because I didn't watch enough Star Trek or Star Trek. I felt like I watched a lot of Star Trek, a good percentage. But so, you can teach all you want, but what we take in, and that's, you can seem like you're getting the class, you understand the teacher, you understand the lessons, but you're never gonna learn that, that, that education. You're not gonna learn further. Or you're gonna be stuck in the same time of crime going around and around and around, and why people dying when we don't have to. We are smart enough to talk to each other from all around the world and see each other on the internet. That's an amazing accomplishment as caveman to now. But you guys don't see that. All we see is negative. All we see is nothing's going to happen good in our lives. Everything is always going to be negative. And you made television like that. You made internet like that. Even, no disrespect to the law. Sometimes I feel like the law is a little bit of a bully because they use the internet and you know where everything is and everything's happening. As you got people hacking your computer and giving out all your information online. So you have a back door on your computer and it's unlocked and everybody's on that back door. So I'm supposed to be like, I don't know if you ever saw the fashion shows, but it seems like the fashion shows we're all supposed to be butt naked in the world online, walking down the street. It sucks that you all accept and understand that the whole world's naked online, then and clothes walking down the street to be judged in clothes and be different from the same human being that's naked online as millions of people. It just sucks that, oh, okay, it's okay to have a consent that, if we keep having the same conflict over the same problems in this world, we're basically all going to die over something stupid on this planet because we can't overcome ourselves and accept ourselves that we're all human beings on this planet. And that's not smart. I may be called stupid and slow, and I have a speech impediment, and I feel like even the law is teaching you that I'm not smart to win my own corny case that you came up for your American heroes back. So I may not, I don't know what it takes to be a smart man or a genius or whatever, but I always feel like it takes more to know. I feel like, according to Albert Einstein, you have to have an imagination to be a genius. So just because you know every definition in the dictionary, or you can read every book or count every number, you won't have that imagination. And you be that guy still calculating and trying to figure out why life is. And you will be 80 and 90 years old and lose the chance to live your life as smelling the ocean for the first time and smelling the clean air off of the ocean. I feel like the ocean has clean air. That's too. And there's a lot of cool animals. And there's a lot of cool life on this thing. And we accomplish way more than you put each other down on the internet and on the television as people on this point. We got castles and buildings that's back in built. You're trying to tell me life on this planet will allow a building to last from thousands of years? What was the first building ever built? Why was it a cave? We all lived in the cave. Then we started to build tents and huts and buildings. So I feel like we all somehow, as a human, came from caves. As there's drawings and tunnels, we had to accept ourselves to all be nude in caves. We didn't have to go to court to be nude in public as a caveman. You all came up for a reason to hate on the nudity as to sex is a type of love that you give to have to create life and have a family of your own. So either way, you're going to have to get to know each other as a woman and a man's body. So I don't know how hard it is to accept nudity and sex online nowadays. I highly doubt beating the crap out of me and making marks on my body and splitting my lip as a disabled combat veteran. I feel like I shouldn't have to take the blame of the billions of naked people online, and I didn't even get the chance. Apparently, I don't even know the good sites. I use the internet as much as everybody. So, so the negative doesn't make any sense. Because if you sit there and actually stare, if everybody's staring outer space and see how life is so simple on this planet, we have our home. We all, we all try to come up with a spaceship or a rocket to invent to fly in outer space, to live, to our planet is like our spaceship. our our space gave us life and already gave us a spaceship. It's natural that there's life in ours. That's natural to everybody knows what sex and nudity is by now, as the internet been around since the 90s and you all been there before us. I feel like the law and the government, because it was on the internet before us as civilians and veterans and human beings. And I don't know if you still see yourselves as human beings because they're the law that has the control of pushing a button on the computer and getting people and setting you up on purpose. I don't know where the hate is coming from. How small this planet. It's like bullshit. Everybody's come has no reason to hate on each other. Eh, how small this planet is. We're so small. Outer space doesn't even notice our conflict of in outer space. So that's why I don't understand. Oh, we can help each other out at court so we can live another day of the wildness of the nudity and the sex and have a good life and go to the beach in the summer and go take your family to the vacation because you know you're working in America means something and you want your retirement to be something means something. You don't want to worry about your retirement and have a stroke and die and then don't have no retirement. So I highly doubt people work online and sit there and screw each other's lives over. So I don't know what made you all went out of your way to judge Commiso as to shall not judge, and that's the main thing everybody does. Is that's why I have my way. I believe what I believe, and I feel like if I keep making art and collecting things, and it might take me there somewhere. But that's but it seems how fast somebody makes you a celebrity, or how fast people can be your fans, or make you on top of the world is how fast to make you feel like a loser and didn't accomplish anything. And you don't have no ability as people to help billions of naked people to stay online, and there's no organized crime online. We all doing the same thing and listening to the same music and trying to have a good life in every homes around the world. And I don't accept the negative on me. 'Cause if we had too much negative in outer space, there'd be no life there. So outer space got enough positive. Apparently, you have to have a positive charge to create life or something. So I had Pokemon cards And I'm going to show them now. Then hopefully you all be like, oh, why is it so hard for people to get along? It doesn't make sense. So I don't know. I didn't read every technical word in science. I just stared out in outer space and learned whatever they taught me in the schools that I went through. And I go on YouTube and I looked into, they got videos of outer space and I'm like imagining myself and looking in outer space and seeing all this stuff and try to see why things the way they are. I like stickers. There's a sticker. It's hard to keep stickers. I gotta get like a sticker so they won't get stickery damage. So if there's rare stickers, it's because stickers are meant to be stick on the wall and never be used again. So just buy a rare sticker out. Says thank you for your purchase. Then I'll be like, do I sell the stickers? There's a sticker. Let me see. There's a sticker. There's a cool sticker. We gotta keep this moving. I didn't realize I was talking all this time. The sticker's cool. Now I can have stickers in life and enjoy possibilities of having stickers. I can make a cool scrapbook now with the stickers. I never really got a chance to make a scrapbook as everybody. Try to put all my pictures together, then I lose them and I gotta try to find them again. And then luckily I did. And now there's a shiny little Pokemon card. Yeah, and people over the years somehow can accept violence and crime and say, whatever. I don't understand how everybody had a nervous breakdown over seeing the same thing as nudity and what is sex, man? Back in the day, feels like everybody was helping each other out to find love for each other. Now you're all out to get each other. What? Because you're the one that's going to get all the billions of ladies on the internet, and that's why you got to make me look bad. That's not understanding. Seems like everybody's got a relationship problem, and I'm trying to figure out why it's so hard to collect Pokemon cards. Where you all have a nervous breakdown. I don't know if this was a mysterious somebody put it together Pokemon card. There's another shiny card. One day I would try to put all the shiny cards together. But then I said, this is not part of the set. There's numbers on this card. The numbers gotta match the other numbers on the other numbers. Then they throw out these other numbers that will understand where the numbers come from. So many. So ah, I said, well, I think I have to stop out there. She said, well, there's Commiso. That's what I got all these. I don't know if I can do. You got you. You let me try to let out my feelings. Well, trying to show you my Pokemon cards. So, since this is a long video, I will just open this package and start another video with the other Pokemon cards. Because it will take a long time to upload, and the longer you make the video. Oh, yeah. Compared to violence, maybe not maybe. Compared to violence and crime and people hurting each other, nudity and sex is nothing online. If I see that, that's how the same as like, I don't know, with shiny Pokemon. Shiny. These are all like pretty shiny. No, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. I'm a good guy. If that's what everybody's trying to do is to go out of the way to make it seem like I'm not a good person, or if that's what people do is go out of their way and make each other seem like they're not good people to each other, and that's why Albert Einstein preferred to stare in outer space, because Albert Einstein was tired of the conflict of people on his planet. So he was in outer space as Albert Einstein. It's just an imagination. That's why he was. Yeah, I believe Albert Einstein was a stoner. He's like, I already got this answer on this test. Why they give me the same goddamn question again? So, this is her disabled combat right after 9/11. I have to have a halftime in my speech. You all get to have half times in your speech. So I have to try to show you other Pokemons in the other episode of the other streaming video. Streaming videos. Nowadays, when you see like one naked person in the naked world, everybody's a celebrity. Everybody's naked online, and you just like didn't even get that, I guess. Safety. I apologize. That's going to be on my. I've tried to put that in another video as I said some cool things, and I have to get it on YouTube before I didn't write down my speeches and forget everything I just said to the whole world because I have other things to do now. This is a disabled combat man. After 9/11, Michael Commiso and the battle boys online. And, you know, me and Steve Hawkins probably would have got along because I would, I would be staring in outer space with him, smoking weed. You should have just gave Steve Hawkins a lot of fucking weed, man. Seems like Parkinson's disease and stuff like that, and your body is so uptight. That's what's wrong with the world. The internet and everything is so uptight. You all fucking forgot how to breathe on this planet. We don't even know what outside means. Everybody's indoors all the time. Oh, yeah, staring at each other, trying to figure out what's going on in each other's minds, and trying to hack. And that's when the Matrix guy comes. He said, there's more to life than trying to hack each other's minds online. You know, there's further little tiny. Is there a little tiny matrix or a big matrix? Is there matrix over there? Is the matrix everywhere? And I'm like, you know, I was here for a purpose as a human being, and I don't feel like the matrix make any sense to me as to, and we're all human beings online. So are you trying to tell me we all sitting online, slowing our process of due process of living our lives as a human being online. So you all can be walking down the street, enjoying walking down the streets as the Matrix. But no, that's not what you taught me as the Matrix. You're all slowing down everything. That's why the time on this planet doesn't even make any sense anymore. Because as you all slow down each other's computers of the internet, you're trying to slow down Commiso. And when you slow down Commiso, I would try to. That's why I was a hard wrestler. I already knew. Yeah, I said, I was bored. I already knew he was going to put the same wrestling move as the other wrestler. And I said, oh man, I know how to get out of this thing. I don't know why I can't get. I was tired. I can't try to solve everything all the time. I don't know the answers of everything. That's why me and Stan Lee would have got on. Oh, he was trying to find all the answers, and his body was all stressed out. Me, I was just saying. Well, listen, I'm a good listener. I listen to everything that Stan Lee, and I'm like, well, hey, what you think about the nudity online, Stanley? Do you think that's some kind of like some scientific little thing that's happening in the world? And he'd be like, no, I human beings been naked before the internet, Stanley was saying. And I really don't understand why they all acting like nudity came out yesterday. And I'm like, Stanley, I apologize. I didn't mean to bring up nudity. I understand you already understand human beings, and that's why Stanley don't or Steve Hawking. Like, does Stanley ever met Steve Hawking? Steve Hawkins like, I understand human beings. That's why I don't understand human beings. I don't have time to try to figure out why this and that because of human beings. I have better things to think about. That's too. Shit. I'm supposed to be Stephen Hawking and they're coming up questions like this, and I'll apologize because I explained to Steve Hawking that that's the only conversation people having online, complaining about who's naked online, and I'm polluted. As the lights and cities pollute in outer space, that's why nobody can see outer space no more. That's you can't see outer space in outer space. And Stan Lee be like, "What the heck are you talking about?" So, and Steve Hawking, and I mean, I feel like I covered a lot of things in my video, and I apologize I didn't have the right word you wanted me to use in that sentence at that time. But I thought my sentences, I put a period, a question mark, an exclamation. Well, nowadays, people really don't do that when they write on the internet. They have, they, and Steve Hawking be like, you need some weed, Commiso. That's right. I am your motivating speaker. This for your disabled combat veterans. You claim that veterans are uptight and stressed the hell out. And you use weed for what? To relax people? Steve Hawkins said, take my weed here from. I get along with them somehow. That guy is like, I come on. That's all. Oh, so this is a disabled combat medicine. After 9/11, Michael Commiso in the band about it. But I hope everybody's having a good morning time, or day.